Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and game 1 in a series between mousesports' Hasu, spawning as the red Protoss player on the bottom left hand side of the map, versus ESC's Goody spawning as the blue Terran player on the top right hand side of the map. If you guys can't tell, this is going to be Cloud Kingdom game 1, Terran versus Protoss. Really interested to see what particular strategies we will see in this particular matchup. Now, I've been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm as of late, and I almost said that Goody was going to be opening up with Warhounds. That is definitely not the case, but we'll see what he does try to go for. And he may try to do a 1-Rax expand since players are really comfortable expanding early on as of late. Hasu building the pylon inside his base, not going to be going for a Forge Fast expansion, as it's not nearly as common against Terran as it is against Zerg. Now, in a map like Cloud Kingdom, we will see natural expansions taken pretty early, and then this third base taken here or relatively here. Now, Protoss players do have the benefit of force fields being able to wall off here or place down a pylon and some gateways to really limit any entrance from this particular side, forcing all the units to come down in from this direction and being able to bottleneck any sort of marine play. Or sorry, any sort of ground play such as Marines, Marauders, which is the majority of units that come out in a Terran versus Protoss, at least for Wings of Liberty. Terran bio very popular with Ghost and Vikings to counter Colossi and High Templar. So far, Hasu hasn't really indicated what he's going for as of yet, just wandering around, going to be setting up some additional pylons, and we should be going into a Cybernetics core. Now, if Hasu does try to go for a one gate expand, that should be pretty interesting. We need to keep track of the amount of energy on this Nexus. The more energy that is saved up on this Nexus, the more likely that we can have a 4-gate variation for early pressure. But so far, we see very little energy left on that Nexus, just being used to chrono boost out as many workers as possible. Now, Goody is opening up with a tech lab on this barracks, and he hasn't really indicated much of anything else. So far, he is getting up that second supply depot here, and now training up some Marauders. Is he going to be getting that concussive shell or stim pack next? Going for a concussive shell. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Protoss. The Protoss is going to be setting up a Nexus here, as we now take a look at the Harvester count. It is 16 Harvesters to 21, and there is one SCV holding here. Marine and Marauder now on the move. And so far, it looks like Goody perhaps had actually over-queued up into his orbital command. He is slightly behind in terms of worker. He doesn't have his expansion set up, so I'm really curious as to what these players are spending their overall resources on. You can take a look. Goody actually spending a lot more resources in terms of economy and technology, not as much in terms of army though, as we are going to see the Marauder, get in some easy shots onto that Zealot, and that poor Zealot is going to get taken down. Very, very good crowd control, so to speak. That Marauder with that concussive shell, able to slow down that Zealot, getting in that first true blood on a unit. Now, so far, Goody needs to continue to figure out what its strategy is going to be. He is now transitioning into Reapers, and this is a lot of units off of one barrack so far. 2 Marauders, 1 Marine, a third Marauder, and now some Reapers going to be joining in on the fight, and the Reaper will be there to primarily hit any Zealots. There is 1 Stalker up on the high ground here. We'll see what will be happening, as the Marauders are already in position and going to be damaging this Nexus here. Hasu does not want to go down. He knows that he cannot really deal with these Marauders, especially with the third Marauder now joining in on the fight, as we are going to see this Nexus quickly fall. We are going to see a little bit of stair-stepping with these units here, as the Stalkers get off some easy shots onto that poor SCV. The Marauders may be able to take down this Nexus, and with that, Hasu will be a bit behind. What is the transition going to be? We are going into 4 gates, and the proxy pylon has been set up. Here we go. Units are now coming down the ramp. Probes. And what is happening back over here? SCVs are trying to repair. Marauders and Marines are backing off over here. A good amount of Zealots. And this attack is going to get cleaned up very easily by Hasu. Hasu warping in the right amount of units, the right counter units there. Down this goes, but we do see a Reaper now on the inside. The Reaper already has 3 kills. How many kills can that Reaper get? No more, as the Stalker does show up. Goody now behind, but does have a slight Harvester advantage, 22 to 20. He does have his second orbital command now being upgraded and gonna be playing defensively. Does he have enough production buildings, though, to fend off what could be a very deadly attack by Hasu? Hasu now coming in with a lot of Zealots, the full hit point units up front, and other units coming in from behind, and there's only a handful of Marines, 3 Marines here, 1 SCV gonna get taken down. Is what Marines now trying to battle it back here? Is it gonna be enough? The SCVs now, are they gonna try to repair? Yes, they are, and no force field's going to stop that, and there you go. Goody gonna get absolutely handled here. Goody need to perhaps lift up this orbital command in order to save it. Stalkers and sentries may be able to get it to catch on fire, as we now see that the Marines are going to be trying to take down the Zealots and the Stalkers here from behind the wall, but too many units sitting on the ramp. SCVs trying to repair. It looks like they will be able to get there just in time, but with only a handful of Marines left and more reinforcements coming in, I believe Hasu is going to take this game. More SCVs coming over. Is it going to be enough? Just bare. No, not going to be enough there. SCVs now trying to hold off as the Marines are inside the bunker. There is stim on those Marines, and the Stalkers now just backing away, shooting back up onto the high ground, out of range from that bunker. Alright, orbital command is down. This barracks will start to catch on fire in just a moment, and that will open up the front door for the Stalkers to simply walk in here in just a second. There you go, and now a pylon on the low ground. And will they be able to spot up onto the high ground? Yes, they will. And they can simply bypass this bunker if they want to and need to. There you go. There's a second pylon being added. And right now, Hasu sitting on 2 bases compared to Goody's 1. Goody not really expecting the large number of Zealots to make its way inside this base. Goody now having to deal with Zealots inside his base here. This could be bad news as the Stalkers are now trying to come up the ramp. Are we going to perhaps see a force field? There is a Guardian Shield. A little bit too little, too late, though. Marines stimming back, but there is the GG. Goody losing game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game 2.